The documentary explores the Centro de Confinamiento del Terrorismo CECOT, known as the world's largest prison, located in El Salvador, which has a staggering capacity of 40,000 inmates. This prison was constructed to contain the nation's most dangerous individuals, primarily gang members from notorious groups like MS-13 and Barrio 18. Following a violent crackdown on gang activity initiated by President Nayib Bukele in March 2022, over 70,000 people, about 2% of El Salvador's adult population, were arrested in a short span. As a result, CECOT houses many high-profile criminals who are unlikely to ever leave the facility alive. The documentary provides an in-depth look at the prison's stringent security measures, including multiple layers of walls, towers, and surveillance systems designed to prevent any escapes or disturbances. It also highlights the harsh living conditions within the prison, where inmates live in cramped quarters with minimal personal space and are subjected to strict regulations. The documentary includes interviews with inmates, including a notorious gang leader known as Psycho, who reflects on his life of crime, the emotional toll of incarceration, and the consequences of his actions. Ultimately, the film raises important questions regarding justice, the effectiveness of extreme measures in curtailing crime, and the fate of those wrongfully imprisoned during the aggressive crackdown. Highlights largest prison in the world. CECOT is designed to hold 40,000 inmates, emphasizing El Salvador's crackdown on gang violence. Gang violence crackdown. Under President Bukele, over 70,000 individuals were arrested in a coordinated operation against gangs, reshaping the country's approach to crime. Extreme security measures. The prison features multiple layers of security, including electric fences, watchtowers, and a jamming system that blocks all communications. Harsh living conditions. Inmates live in overcrowded cells with limited personal space, lack hygiene facilities, and are deprived of contact with the outside world. Inmate perspectives. Interviews with inmates reveal the psychological impact of imprisonment, highlighting feelings of regret and despair. Controversial justice. The documentary questions whether the government's methods represent true justice or merely a temporary solution to a long-standing problem. Global implications. El Salvador's approach has garnered international attention, raising discussions on the balance between security and human rights. Key insights: a response to gang dominance. CECOT serves a crucial role in the Salvadoran government's strategy to combat rampant gang violence that had plagued the nation for years. The construction of such a massive prison reflects the severity of the gang crisis in El Salvador and the government's commitment to eradicating the influence of these criminal organizations. With the country once being one of the most dangerous places in the world, the crackdown has led to a significant drop in crime rates, presenting a stark contrast to previous administrations that often opted for temporary truces with gangs. Architectural fortress. The design of CECOT is not merely functional but also psychological. It creates an environment that instills fear. The layers of security, including 3-meter-high walls with razor wire and a 9-meter perimeter wall, serve as a constant reminder to inmates of their confinement. This design aims to erase any notion of escape, reinforcing the idea that these individuals will never regain their freedom. The high-tech security systems, including jammers that disrupt communication, further isolate the inmates, preventing any potential coordination or unrest. Human cost of crime. The documentary does not shy away from portraying the brutal realities faced by inmates. Many of them are young individuals who have spent their formative years in gangs, leading to their arrest and subsequent life sentences. The emotional toll of imprisonment is palpable, as seen through the eyes of inmates like Psycho, who reflect on their lost family connections and the weight of their past actions. Their stories humanize the statistics surrounding gang violence but also underscore the deep-seated issues of poverty and lack of opportunities that drive youth towards crime. Isolation as punishment. The film details the isolation cells used for inmates who misbehave, emphasizing the psychological strain of such punishment. With no access to books or social interaction, inmates in isolation face a mental battle that can break even the toughest individuals. This aspect raises ethical questions about the treatment of prisoners and the effectiveness of isolation as a deterrent for criminal behavior. It also prompts discussions about rehabilitation versus punishment in the context of severe offenders. Nutritional deficiencies. The prison's diet, consisting primarily of rice and beans, lacks essential nutrients, potentially leading to significant health issues among inmates. The monotonous and meager meals reflect the broader systemic issues within the prison system, where the focus is less on rehabilitation and more on containment. This dietary neglect can exacerbate the already challenging conditions faced by inmates, further illustrating the harsh realities of life inside CECOT. Impact on crime rates. Following the implementation of these extreme measures, El Salvador has seen a remarkable decline in its homicide rate, dropping to 2.4 per 100,000 people by 2023. This statistic serves as a testament to the government's aggressive stance against gangs, but it also raises questions about the long-term sustainability of such a hardline approach. The underlying issues of poverty and systemic violence remain unaddressed, potentially leading to future cycles of crime.
Moral ambiguity of justice. The documentary concludes by questioning the morality of the government's methods. While the crackdown has achieved apparent success in reducing crime, it has also resulted in the unjust imprisonment of innocents and raised concerns about human rights violations. The balance between public safety and individual rights is a complex issue, and the film leaves viewers pondering the true definition of justice in a society grappling with the legacy of violence. In summary, the documentary offers a chilling yet necessary examination of SECUT and the broader implications of El Salvador's war on gangs. By showcasing the experiences of inmates and the grim realities of life within the prison walls, it invites viewers to reflect on the societal factors that contribute to crime and the effectiveness of punitive measures in achieving long-lasting peace.